The QSS tax coming in handy here as the death drum was popped. He does pick up a kill on the Bear Jr., but does get taken down in return. Syracuse gonna find a kill onto I Am the High Ground. He's microwaving everyone around him, but he will end up falling once Mistborn makes his way over.
It is going to be a 2-for-2 on both sides. Kog'Maw shutdown isn't ideal, but Flesh being able to take down this mid turret and get more pressure.
Uzo's Poison popping the maximum dosage and running down Super Kami Pango, forcing the flash out. And he is going to walk on out of there.
Yeah, we see Ornn down bottom, trying to take down that turret. But yeah, he's successful in it. That early Baron, is really going to allow them to accelerate their gold because of all the free, tier 1 towers that they still have. Ornn's level 14. We should start to see Malphite comes out.
Yeah, they're gonna go on to Dizzy here. Bear Jr., I Am the High Ground, and Riot Greg 7 all here to get this pick onto Tizzy. Does end up finding that catch. And they're gonna start setting up vision around this dragon that's spawning in the next minute and a half.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. They still have Baron buffs, so it should be easy to get Prio back in some of these lanes. But overall, I think Naka's Matthew is in a great spot.
Banish Toss does find its way onto I Am the High Ground. He's forced to flash away. Oh, the Ash Arrow does land under the tower. Kim Peter is just gonna fall. He's gonna get knocked down by that tower. Mistborn with the great Ash ultimate.
Oh, here comes the flank.
TP does come in from Tizzy to dissuade any further engage from the side of Caligma Bobway there.
They're going to run it out into their blue side, and I wonder if we'll see an engage or a collapse here. Blue buff stolen by Bear Jr.
Madge.
I like the positioning of where red team is right now, getting prepped for this Drake, and they're going to go ahead and start it.
Yeah, direct to the camera not quite taken over yet, but they are going to pick that one up for themselves onto Soul Point for this Ocean Soul.
Yeah, and I mean, Ocean Soul is big for them. The healing from Mundo and Mordekaiser is just going to let them live so long in some of these fights. But, kudos to Syracuse for being able to steal that Chemtech Dragon early on, delay Dragon Soul. Otherwise, we would have seen a 24-minute Dragon Soul here on the side of Caligma Bobway.
Good old Soul Sweep.
Yeah, that would be a scary spot to be in. Here on the side of Naka's Matthew. You still don't quite have all of these ornaments yet on your team. You're still scaling on the Kog'Maw, only 2 items at the moment.
I'm curious to see if Kim Peter is going to opt into any of these tankier items at the moment. He does have a crit cloak in his back pocket, so curious as to what he's going to itemize next for. Possibly a Runaan's angle, as you do have a lot of melees on the side of Caligma Bobway.
Yeah, that's a good point, especially stacking Kraken Slayer onto multiple people. would really help you shred through some of the beefiness of Caligma Bobway.
Red Rocket hits Heimer, chunking him out under that bot turret.
Are going to collapse on the Tizzy here.
TP coming in from Flesh.
Oh, big ultimate going onto 3 there from Syracuse as Riker 7 takes him into the Death Realm. Syracuse is forced to flash away. Death Realm gonna end just at the right time for
Ash Hero hits.
to get the Wild Growth package through all 4 of them. And Kim Peters caught on the backside, on the wrong side of the fight, and they're gonna find 5-0 ace Caligma Bobway.
Oh my gosh. Clean ace on the side of Caligma Bobway. Just running them down. You know, Mundo being able to take the Amumu out of the fight makes it much, much harder for Kim Peter. The kite. And we're going to see Caligma Bobway pick up a Baron Nashor for all their hard work as Bear Jr. is taking down this mid turret.
Or the mid turret is taking him down.
Well, very quickly we have a, what is this, 8K gold lead in the favor of Caligma Bobway. And guys, I think this might spell out game 3 for us.
Game 3, we got some silver scrapes.
I for one am really hoping that we go to game 3. This is the finals. These two teams have really put on a show all season. And they're definitely doing that right now.
Yeah, I mean, Dragon probably coming up here in a bit.
Managed toss land onto I'm the high ground, but Flesh gonna get caught out by Mistborn. And they're just gonna run down the mid lane here, chasing after Super Kami Pengu and Syracuse. Cusco's Poison, getting these cleavers, landing these slows. He says, "You cannot run from me." Mundo goes where he pleases. And as a 4-man unit, they're going to push down this mid lane.
They might go for the end here. They do have Baron waves.
Easy butt turret and inhib take if they want it.
I hear pings coming down onto these turrets, saying, "Go, go, go! We want to
clear this wave." Flesh and Super Kami Pengu spawning very soon.
Now they're going to go trying for this bot inhib.
Oh, Death Realm coming out onto Syracuse. Seems like all game, right? Gurg 7 has had his eye out on Syracuse. And the burn from the Demonic Embrace from Riot Gurg 7 does end up actually picking up that kill.
Wow.
These Baron waves are just shredding their base, man.
There's 4 cannon minions and a whole plethora of casters just hitting this turret. Flesh getting caught out. He's gonna end up falling. Riker 7 picking up another kill for himself, and they're just gonna end in their face.
Wow.
What a game 2.
Game 3.
Game 3.
We got a series, ladies and gentlemen.
We've got a series.
A statement win from Caligma Bobway to come back and bring it to a game 3.
Well, I just want to say, I think Ryger, he's making this personal. Hey, he said, "Syracuse, you had me in game 1, but you're not going to win this war."
He said, "I got your number in game 2. I'm ulting you every single fight."
After game 1, he said, and I took that personally. What a game. And what a series ahead of us, you know? Both teams 1-1. We have a best of 1 coming up ahead of us. What do y'all think needs to happen in draft for Naka's Matthew to close the series out?
Good question. I feel like they might need to change up their priorities here. The Heimerdinger not really working out as well as they'd hoped. Maybe want to look for a different priority pick. Maybe pick up the Mordekaiser for themselves, or something else to get them going.
Well, Kog'Maw showed to be a key threat early on, but towards mid to late game, I mean, he just wasn't able to output enough damage.
Yeah, I mean, he just wasn't able to get to the item breakpoint that he would be able to do so. I mean, a lot of these games that we're playing, and I'm sure y'all seen it in solo queue yourself, is we're not always getting these 40-minute bangers like we had in game one. You know, some of these games are being closed out in like 25, 30 minutes, and that's just not enough time for, you know, an ADC to hit 5 items unless you're giga ahead.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, League of Tanks, man. Wow.
The lane swap
Well,
made a big difference here in game two as well.
yeah.
Cusco's Poison just really, I think, dominating in the top lane matchup. Um, and it seemed like mid lane was pretty leveled out. So
It did. Um, which has me curious because I felt like game one the lanes were fine for them, but you know Syracuse was just making such an impact early, and it kind of made it hard for the main to scale in the game how she would have liked to. But this time around, you know, Syracuse still had that same impact, but they didn't have to rely on a vein scaling. They just said, "Oh, we forgot it's League of Tanks. Let's just let's just pick 3 beefy boys and run at them."
Yeah, well, with that, we'll take a break while both the other teams are getting ready for uh, game 3 of the Tiny Split Legacy Cup Finals between Kaligma Bobwe and Knock is Matthew. Catch you in a bit.